Hi, so in this video we're going to have a look at the awareness module types, and these fall broadly into three categories. We have single page content, and this is, as described, all on a single page. It's the sort of thing that normally users are sent to after failing a simulated attack, at that point where they're really receptive to learning messages because they've just had a realization of being susceptible to attack. Then we have 5-minute courses and comprehensive courses, and these are the sort of courses that are usually scheduled for users as part of their awareness training program, perhaps on a monthly basis. They can be single topic, or they can be summary courses or modules that cover multiple topics, and normally they're a bit more sophisticated. There'll be a mixture of reading, some exercises to keep it engaging. There'll be some videos. There's almost certainly tests in them as well, as there can be in fact in single page exercises as well. 5-minute course, as it describes, is a 5-minute unit, and a comprehensive course can be 30 or even longer than that, 30 minutes or even longer than that, and is a deep dive on a particular topic, normally divided into sub-lessons, and users can come back and pick up where they left off, etc. So those are the three typical module types that we support as part of our library of over 500 different modules. Let's go and have a look at a few of those now in the flesh. Okay, so here on my screen I've got loaded up 3 example videos. We'll come back to this single sheeter in a minute and just have a look at firstly a 5-minute course. As you can see, these are all brandable. There'll be a separate video on this particular topic, and this one's on fake news and misinformation. There's a bit of an audio introduction. There's some exercises to work through about understanding what fake news is, types of fake news, etc. So that takes us through those particular sort of examples, and then there's some hints and tips, and then there's a test at the end. So sort of 5 minutes of content, a little bit more in depth than a single sheet would be, but not quite the same level as this one, which is an advanced course. This is a deep dive on phishing. As it says, 30 to 60 minutes exercises depending on your learning speed. It covers exactly what you're going to learn, the program for the courses. It's got the ability to see where you are as you progress through. There's obviously an exam at the end of it. You can jump back to home. It's all nice and navigable, and of course it can be branded as well with your logo and colour schemes, etc. So this is a much more sophisticated course. You can come back in and jump to the points where you left off in your earlier learning. So those are the 2 more sophisticated ones, the sort of things that are often scheduled. And this one, a single page one, is the sort of thing that you would get, as we said earlier, at the end of an attack. So you've just fallen for a QR phishing attack. So we take you straight after falling for it. We would take you to this course. Of course, it can be edited to say here, hey, you just fell for QR phishing attacks and now you need to learn about it. And it's all just on one page, nice and easy to follow. Say again, totally brandable if you want it to be in your colour schemes, etc., if you want to change the text or the images or the content. So it's talking about what QR code phishing is, how the threat works, the things that you need to look out for, what really points it out as a likely attack, how to protect yourself. So we've got a number of different tips that we can work through here. This sort of interaction is very helpful. Rather than people just scanning down to the end, it means we can see they've actually engaged with that content. Of course, as part of this, our LMS records how long it takes the user to work through these sorts of things, and of course also records their exam score. So this one has an exam at the end as well. Just a very simple sort of assessment of the understanding. So what should you do if a QR code asks you to connect to a Wi-Fi network? Avoid connecting unless you're absolutely sure of the source. So that's correct. And there's a few more questions as well as part of this course. So very simple one here, but really these bite with the users. They've just fallen for something, then they do the training, and it really drives home those messages, and is very effective actually. So these courses are very popular to tie to the end of the phishing attacks. And of course, there are a number of different ones on different types of phishing attacks, etc. QR codes, popular thing at the moment. There's been a lot of issues with it just recently, and it's something we have many attack templates associated with. Okay, that's just a summary of those module types. If you've got any further questions, just reach out and we'll be delighted to help you with them.